But now the Meteor pt11. Very appropriate to see this aircraft following on from that VE Day salute formation, because the Meteor played its part in the latter stages of World War II, being the but Sir Frank Whittle, the British genius, so much behind the development of the jet engine on these shores, settled for a time at Cambridge University in 1936 and maybe into 37, flew from RAF Duxford with Cambridge University Air Squadron. It was his Power Jets firm that brought on practically at first time for its development programme in terms of funding and efficient sport and the like. It produced the W2P power units used on the 28-29 development aircraft. But with the Meteor Mark III onwards, the Duxford became the standard engine. Whereas this Meteor pt11 from the Aviation Trust. Meteors downed 13 V1s, and right from the outset, unlike some other early jets, the type was rugged and reliable. Taxiing past the control tower now, Sally B, two inboard engines stopped, as was common practice for taxiing the airplane. Returning to the Meteor, it was a source of much pride for Britain when such things really mattered and were a sort of competition between aircraft manufacturers in different countries. But modified Mark IV Meteor set new outright world air speed records in 1945 and 46. It was a really good aircraft for the RAF in the early decades. The F8 model, one of which you can see in the Battle of Britain hangout here, depicting those that served at RAF Duxford in the 50s, became RAF Fighter Command's standard day fighter of that period. And the pt7, as we see here, it's standard on the RAF. There were also night fighter variants with airborne intercept radars mounted in a lengthened nose, and those too served at Duxford with number 64 Squadron until they were replaced in the all-weather fighter role by the Gloucester Javelin. This was the RAF's first jet fighter, and it replaced the de Havilland Mosquito in that role. And with a by then the aircraft was really reaching its design limits in terms of what weight it could take, with no increase in engine power, and it was proving rather outmoded. In truth, it had been rather outmoded at the time even of the Korean War from 1950 to 53, in which meteors of the Royal Australian Air Force completed the type's only kills of manned aircraft. They were no match for North Korea's swept-wing MiG-15s, and the Australians sustained heavy losses, but it was a stable aircraft and a good ground attack platform. Lots of very elegant views during the smooth display of the Meteor T7, which was built in August 1949. It served first as the Central Fighter establishment at West Raynham in Norfolk, and then a succession of other training units, number 226 operational conversion unit at Stradishall, and many advanced flying schools. The markings on it today, those of number 203 Advanced Flying School at RAF Driffield in Yorkshire. Upon retirement, it was a gate guardian at RAF Woodvale for many years, and so it was purchased by an organisation called Meteor Flight, which embarked on its long-term rebuild to airworthiness. That they had initially at a workshop in Yatesbury in Yorkshire, but then Aeronautiques came on board the project. The aircraft was moved to Kemble Airfield, now Cotswold Airport, where in June 2011, in the hands of Darren Griffith, that great test pilot, it made its maiden flight. And it was painted soon afterwards, ready to make its debut in a flying display at Duxford that October, when we commemorated the Korean War. It's now part of the Classic Aircraft Trust, set up by the Aeronautiques Classic Flight a few years ago. The Aircraft Trust was established to ensure the preservation flying condition of Aeronautiques fleet of British historic aircraft from the post-war years. They also had an example of the Air-11 flight plane. That was its final pass, it's turning down into land. The shortly we will return to Second World War piston engines and machinery, and about to roll with a new policy for the 2015 season. Is the Historic Aircraft Collection's Hawker Hurricane 12. That's going off the grass, and this is a rather unusual combination because simultaneously off the hard runway, the tiny green Lavia Cosmic Wind is also getting airborne. Today, the Hurricane going up the hole, the positive wind trying to post. We're going to get the Meteor into the land. You can see the Meteor and the other aircraft of the Classic Aircraft Trust at the airbase facility now reopened at Coventry Airport, where another Meteor race fighters were built by Armstrong Network. C-47 has taken ground crew on board and is ready to make a swift departure to its base at Duxford, but as far as the next display items are concerned, the spectacle none of you will want to miss is getting ready that of the Bristol Blenheim and the two Spitfire 1As, all of which have started and are taxiing. Rolling off the grass now, ready to be involved with the Cosmic Wind in our next slot with the Caroline Canada DHC2 Viva. And that was the Meteor over the threshold. The Cosmic Wind dives into stardust display. The Meteor flows today by the away from your
I don't really know much about those ones.
Very skilled then.
Is that right?
Some of the stuff they do.
The American Air Racer from the interwar years also in the shape of the Traveller mystery ship. Well, this was an air racer as well, conceived by a Lockheed test pilot named Tony Levere. During World War II, he tested aircraft like the Lockheed Toxie and the pt11 Lightning. In fact, he was quite instrumental in helping iron out some of the early flaws of the P-38 before it came into full operational service. When the war was over, a new class of so-called Formula One air racing grew up in the States, the Goodyear class. He wanted an aircraft with which to compete. Helped by a team of his colleagues from Lockheed, he came up with this, the Cosmic Wind. This was one of them, although it's something of coincidence here. It's been in the UK since 1961, and it became a renowned display participant in its day, flown by some great display pilots of their time, Peter Phillips and Neil Williams amongst them. It also won the Queen's Cup Air Race in the hands of Dennis Hartus in 1964, and that year's British Air Racing Championship. Not designed for aerobatics, but as you can see, it's brilliant at them. And Neil Williams, that most talented aerobatic pilot, a very respectable place. The aircraft been with its current owner, the chief pilot of the fighter collection, Pete Kinsey, since 1984, and today it's the sole airworthy one in the world. Many Richards stories about the flight, and forget that the President was 200 down the but he did just 100 horsepower. US Army used them for many years. They've been in the Korean War, Berlin Brigade, based at Tempelhof Airport, and the Cold War, which is Vietnam. So these four were the Army airfield. He said the most now it's basically
You just said to him to start, you know, from the grid, like he has.
the overall brings in the Beaver.
Yes, me if you can.
As we return to a time when Britain stood on the defensive, as of the 10th of September 1939, our air fighter command acted strict with 167 Hurricanes, 104 Spitfires, 72 Blenheims, and 13 Aviators. It carried rapidly in the previous year. That process continued in 1939 with improved discipline to the German base. High Duxford in 1939 on the outbreak of war, the 73 Spitfires were the 19th story, which has been reported, has become the first unit to integrate the new supermarine. In 1939, and the pt11 story is a safety story with its learning fighters for 2 months. So it's the Spitfire, the 56th story, another unit safety production early war. Well, this is the result of the fact that 1940 policies were constantly dictated, where people never took